Panthers fans, stop everything right now. Ivan Cleary has just made one of the most shocking decisions of the season, and even a legend like Andrew Johns has admitted he was completely surprised. But before I tell you this bombshell news, my fellow Panthers fan, make sure you subscribe to the channel so you can stay up to date with all the latest Penrith Panthers news. Just 6 weeks out from the start of the NRL Finals, a massive bombshell has just rocked the Penrith Panthers camp. Head coach Ivan Cleary has decided to act after identifying an issue that simply could no longer be ignored, and the consequence has been immediate. Blaise Talonge, one of the club's most exciting young prospects, has been dropped from the NRL side and sent back to the NSW Cup. Yes, Panthers fans. That's the news. The 21-year-old 5'8", who had been generating huge expectations both inside and outside the club, will not be part of the top-grade side for the Round 22 clash against the Canberra Raiders. And what makes this even more remarkable is just how many people this decision appears to have caught off guard. Not only the fans, but experts as well, and even one of the biggest legends in the history of Australian Rugby League. Because if there's anyone who understands the demands and standards of the NRL, it's Andrew Johns. The legendary Joey revealed in an interview with 9.com.au that he was completely surprised by Talonge's sudden omission. And that reaction certainly hasn't gone unnoticed. When someone as respected as Johns is this surprised by a decision made by Ivan Cleary, it's clear that something significant has happened behind the scenes at the Panthers. But there is a reason. And it is directly linked to what happened in the Panthers' most recent game against the Parramatta Eels. In that clash, Penrith's left-edge defense came under enormous pressure. The opposition found space and repeatedly targeted that side of the field, exposing a vulnerability that immediately caught the coaching staff's attention. For a team that has built its recent identity around being incredibly organized, disciplined and consistent in defense, this was more than just a bad patch in one game. It was a warning sign. And Ivan Cleary appears to have decided that he simply couldn't wait. Talonge, who was involved in that defensive structure, finished the match with 7 missed tackles. That number ultimately counted against the young player and, apparently, became one of the key factors behind the coaching staff making such a drastic decision at this point in the season. And here's the detail that makes this story even more interesting. Ivan Cleary isn't simply dropping Talonge from the side. He's looking for an immediate solution to a problem that could become fatal once the big games arrive. With the finals approaching rapidly, the coach knows there is no longer any time to ignore signs of weakness. The opposition is watching. The competition's strongest teams are looking for cracks. And any vulnerability exposed now could be targeted even more aggressively when the Panthers take the field in matches that could ultimately define their entire season. That's why Ivan's decision was clear. Jack Cogger comes into the starting side. The more experienced and tactically reliable player will now have the responsibility of lining up alongside Nathan Cleary for Saturday's clash against the Canberra Raiders in Mudgee. The idea appears to be to bring greater stability, organization, and defensive security to a system that showed some worrying signs against Parramatta. And that completely changes the situation for Blaise Talonge. The 21-year-old will now have to watch from the sidelines as Cogger gets the opportunity to prove that he can be the solution Ivan Cleary is looking for. This does not necessarily mean Talonge has lost his place permanently, but the coach's message is impossible to ignore. At this stage of the season, nobody's position is guaranteed, especially when the defense is being questioned. For Panthers fans, this situation raises a whole series of questions. Were those 7 missed tackles against the Eels simply a poor performance from a young player who is still developing? Or does Ivan Cleary believe there is a bigger problem within the defensive system that needs to be fixed immediately? We may start to get the answer this Saturday. The clash against the Canberra Raiders has taken on a much greater level of importance following this change. Now, all eyes will be on Jack Cogger. Can his experience help stabilize the left side of the Panthers' defense? Will his combination with Nathan Cleary work as expected? And, most importantly, will this change convince Ivan Cleary that he has found the right combination heading into the business end of the season? Because there is something even more important happening here. The Panthers are entering that stage of the season where every decision can have huge consequences. With roughly 6 weeks to go before the finals begin, the reigning 4-time champions know they cannot head into September carrying weaknesses that their opponents have already identified. That's why the decision surrounding Talonge could be much bigger than it first appears. It could simply be a tactical adjustment. It could be a response to a defensive performance that fell below expectations. Or it could be the first sign of a deeper strategic change within Ivan Cleary's side. And that last possibility is exactly what has Panthers fans paying such close attention. Talonge still has time to respond. The NSW Cup could provide the young star with the perfect opportunity to rebuild his confidence, fix the mistakes and show that he is ready to return to the level required by the Panthers. But for now, the starting jersey belongs to Jack Cogger. Now, The question isn't simply whether Cogger can solve the problem. The real question is this: what did Ivan Cleary see behind the scenes that convinced him to make such a drastic decision at precisely the moment the Panthers are entering the most dangerous part of their season? Andrew Johns was completely surprised. Blaise Talonga has been dropped. Jack Cogger has stepped in. Nathan Cleary has a new partner. And now, the answer has to come on the field. Because when there are only 6 weeks left until the finals, every decision could shape the destiny of an entire season. And you, Panthers fan, did Ivan Cleary make the right call by dropping Blaise Talonga and bringing Jack Cogger in alongside Nathan Cleary? Or should the young star have been given another opportunity to prove himself? Yes or no? I want to know what you think about this story. Drop your answer in the comments and come be part of our Panthers fan community. Make sure you subscribe to the channel so you can stay across all the latest Penrith Panthers news, updates, and rumors.